Hello everybody and welcome to this video on how to make a scrolling text with GameMaker Studio. I'm using GameMaker Studio 2 and you can download it for free. It has some limitations, but just go to YoYo Games and you can download and try it for free. And also things we do in this video you are able to do in the free version. So let's get into it. We start a new project. We want to start with a blank. We're not going to use drag and drop. We're going to use GameMaker language. And let's call the project something, my scroll. And let's go. So here we start. Let's first have a look at the room. Click the room here, double click on the room, and it will open. You can zoom by holding Control. And look at the size of the room. Let's keep it like this. It's a bit small, but you can make it bigger if you want to, but for this video this will do. And we need to add some objects. Here we create a new object. Let's call it text object, little o for object, and then text as the name of the object. You can hold space, and while holding left mouse button you are able to drag. And we want to add a new event, and first create event, and we need to set some variables. And first thing we need to do is to set a variable for the text. So let's call it text equals, let's set it to a string, but yeah, we can give it some just like this, just for a test. And we want to set the speed of the scroll text going from left to right, so no, from right to left, so we set it to -1. That should be it for the create. And let's add a step event. In here we need to check if the scroll is all the way to the left. So by checking the X coordinate. So let's if X is less than let's say 1000 just for now, -1000. That means if the text is way out to the left, we want to destroy the text, and we do that by instance destroy. You can find it down here. And is that it? No, we also need to draw the text, so add a draw event. Draw text, and we need to set X and Y coordinates and the text we want to draw, and that is text. So that should be it. Let's try it. We go to the room, add it to the screen. Let's place it outside the screen. and hit play. And as you can see, we have some text moving across the screen. So that part is working. Now we have the text object. We then need an object to give us the strings we want to scroll across the screen. So let's create a new object. Let's call it object scroll. And we need to add a create event. This create event will run only the first time and the object is initiated or starts on the screen. And in here we need to create the scroll text. We use an array for that. Sorry, a little sip of coffee. And we want to use an array for the holding the text in the scroll. And to make it an array, we use this symbol and we set some text. Hello. Hello, YouTube. Let's add some more text. This will be the second row in the array. And let's just say this is a GameMaker scroll tutorial. Thank you for watching. And we end the array like this. Why do we have a red? Okay, it's gone. And we need to set some more. We need to know the length of the array. So array length equals, and we need to use the function array length, and scroll is the array we want to check the length of. We also need to set the start x position, so scroll x equals, let's give it a number outside the screen, and let's set it to 1400, and scroll y, or far down on the screen we want it. Let's set it to 600. And we need a counter to know when to place the next text on the screen. So let's set it to 0. And we also need to know the line we are on. So we start at the first line. So set it to 0. This is the first line. Hello, YouTube. And that should be it. And we need to create a step event. And now we need to check if the counter is less than 0. So we know when to place a new text instance on the screen. And in here we need to place the new instance on the screen. So instance, create, and we want a layer, create. And if you look down here, you can see what information you need to add to the instant layer create method. And we need to set X position and Y position, and we need to say what layer. In this project, you can see the layers here. We have two layers, background and instances. So let's put it on the instances layer, and what object to place on the screen, and we're gonna place the text object. Okay, that should work, but we also need to set some information about the instance, text instance, and so we need to store it in a variable. So let's call it inst, and we want to set the text of the instance. This is the text variable we are changing. And we want to set it to scroll, the first in the variable, but we call it line. You can see it here, line. That's the line number, and that should be it. We have set the text, and wait, we want to set it to position of the new text. We're gonna set to scroll X and scroll Y. So and scroll Y. And we need to know the spacing before we put a new instance of the text to the screen. So counter takes care of that, and we want to have a little bit of spacing between each text, and we also need to know the length of the string or the width. String width, and the string is the scroll line. That will give us the length or the width of the string, and this depends on what font the draw function is using at the moment. So actually we should set the font before this line, but let's do that later. And then we need to add, when we have placed one line, we need to add one. So we get the next line from the array. So let's add one. What more? We need to check if we're in the end of the array. If you have run through all the strings in here, 1, 2, 3. So if line is bigger than array length. We got that variable over here. So in this case it's 1, 2, 3. So if line is bigger than the length of the array, we need to set start over. By setting line to 0. So we start on top on again. And also, since this is the end, we can end of the scroll. We can add a bit extra space before we start all over. So let's add like 100 to the counter. And also we need to, every time the step function run, we also need to decrease the counter by 1. Okay. That should be about it. So let's try it. We go to the room. The text test we can delete. I mark it and hit delete key. And instead we want to put the scroll on the screen. Doesn't matter where, because we have set where to start the text already. So let's try it. And there you go. There is only one more thing I want to show you how to do, and how to set oops, we have an error. Okay, so problem is we got till the end of the array, so we need to subtract 1 from the length, or else or let's do it like this instead. We move this line down underneath the test. Let's try again. So here you see the scroll. Same problem, out of range. It counts up to 3, and we only have from 0 to 2. So what is the problem then? Let's add this one. Try again. Same problem, why? Out of range. Let's place that one here instead. We should need this one. Let's place that one back up here. Let's say greater or equal. Hopefully that will fix the problem. Let's try again. And as you can see, now we have one missing. So let's get rid of that one. And hopefully the equal sign here will fix the problem. Hopefully it's working now, and then I will show you how to add a font. Thank you for watching. And now it runs fine. So let's try to make a font. Right click on font, create font. So I just click on select font here, and then I use my arrow keys to change the font up and down. It's fine, and let's go with this one, or yeah, this one looks good. And also I want to change the size, and when I change the size, you need to hit this button, regenerate. Or else you won't see the new font. And we need to change in the scroll. We need to tell it to draw with the new font. Did I call it anything? No, we can set the name. With the name, double click, scroll font. I bring the name, and we wanna draw, and we wanna set font, and we want to set it to what we call it here. Let's try. As you can see, there is a bit small space here. The first time we run it, because we haven't, the first time we running this scroll or the check for the length, this one, we haven't changed the font yet. So just to make sure we get the right space the first time, let's set the font already in the create event. Draw, set font, and we set it to scroll font. That should be it. Let's try. Does this spacing look right now? I think so. Okay. Let's see if we can add another line. Now it's still a bit different here, but does it matter? I don't think so. No, no, it's okay. It's okay. So let's try to add another line just for the fun. Please subscribe. And I want to add. So let's try now. And when we have a setup like this, you can just add new lines, as many as you want. So let's see if it's working. Looks fine. Okay, folks, that's it for this tutorial. Hope uh, hope you liked it, and more tutorials like this will come soon. So I'd be happy if you subscribe. Have a good day. Bye bye.